the Renaissance, a time of recovery, rebirth, and explosion of economic innovations and radical scientific thought. A time when businessmen embraced a new entrepreneurial spirit that captured an increasingly prosperous Europe. New innovations and discoveries helped people make advancements in certain areas. The introduction of the compass outsourced the celestial source of navigation, a way in which encompasses the sun, moon, and the stars. This discouraged merchants from exploring the world due to a lack of accuracy. The invention of the compass gave merchants a sense of security. This dependable instrument of navigation contributed to the finding of new trade routes, increasing the flow of goods to and from Europe.
Many new forms of goods were introduced, such as silks and spices. The people of Europe wanted these because of their luscious taste. Due to lack of refrigeration, salt was used to preserve goods. To mask the taste, cinnamon and peppercorn were used and were therefore valued. These spices were grown in exclusive countries that struggled with long, harsh trade routes, covered with savages that would loot these caravans. Economies are based on trade and the flow of money and can have an impact on people, good or bad. After the devastating plague, many people began to reform in cities, increasing trade. The development of entertainment, mainly in the form of playwrights, greatly impacted the economy.
The prospering world of theater built a joyous environment. One of the greatest playwrights during the Renaissance, and still today, was William Shakespeare. His Globe Theater brought large crowds of people to the city to experience his works of literature. These crowds created a market for merchants and their services. Along with innovations and expanding trade routes, shipping expeditions became more common. In many cases, merchants, banks, and governments would team together to provide costs for ships. As these groups formed and began to prosper, traders began to share their knowledge, forming schools to teach about how to turn a profit on trade and manufacturing.
The growing knowledge on the profits of trade between countries arose, and so did the rivalry between city-states, each wanting to maintain control of the most profitable routes and to ensure that they could control most of the wealth. During this period, the economic and social classes were broken into 5 categories. The monarchs. The monarchs consisted of kings, queens, and political leaders. The gentry. The gentry consisted of knights, esquires, gentlemen, and gentlewomen who did not work with their hands for a living. The merchants.
Merchants grew due to the prosperity of world trade and the increase in sales of goods which benefited both the country and themselves.
The yeomanry.
Yeomanry class was the middle class who saved enough to live comfortable, but who, at any moment through illness or bad luck, be plunged into poverty. This class included the farmers, tradesmen, and craft workers.
And the peasants.
Peasants, day laborers, poor husbands, and some retailers who did not own their own land were considered peasants.